Oh, okay, I'm recording. I gotta make this a super quick one because I recorded this video about twice today already, and I just didn't feel right about it. I don't normally re-record my videos, but in any case, if this is your first time on my channel, hi, I'm Kathy. I had VSG last November, and if you are a current subscriber, hello. Really quick one, and by quick, it's probably going to be around 8 minutes because that's what always happens when I say I'm going to do a quick video. But anyway, this one kind of has to do with some of the emotional after effects of the surgery. I came to a realization today, and I just posted a stat on Facebook that basically said, I wish that I could go back in time and talk to myself the day before my surgery and tell a very nervous Kathy that this surgery is going to be the easiest part of what you're about to go through, which is very true. I mean, as an addict, as a food addict, there's a lot of mental things that you have to work on. If you're looking at my video in the name of research, if you went on YouTube to look at other people's stories and get a realistic preview of the surgery, and that's why you're here, these are some things you might want to take to heart. You know, if you have a food addiction, counseling is something that you may want to pre-plan for. But if you're not going to go the counseling route in general and you are going to tough this out on your own like I've been doing, just be prepared. There's going to be a lot of emotional things that happen. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that my life has done a complete turnaround. I mean, literally completely different. I went from being a hermit. I would work, eat, and sleep, and that's it. And that's all I did for like 3 or 4 years. To this year, you know, I moved to a different city closer to all my friends, and all of a sudden I miss everything, everywhere, to everyone. I'm a very social person. That's my personality, and which has been great. But, you know, the more people you mix into your life, the more things get complicated or have the potential to get complicated. And that's pretty much what's happened to me. I've been going through a lot, and I mean, I'll just come out and admit it. I've been pretty elusive in past videos, but, you know, I caught feelings for somebody, and who did not have feelings back, unfortunately. And I knew what it was going to be before it even started. And logically, it's just, it was never feasible in the first place. But I ended up catching feelings anyway. And the reason being is, first of all, I was caught in a very vulnerable position because I had not gotten that kind of positive attention in a very long time. So there was that. First person to really pay that kind of attention who, you know, is actually amazing and funny and very sweet and gorgeous and all of those things that I have never had before. And so that was one thing that kind of reeled me in. And also, you know, it was something for me to focus on because I was basically not ignoring my life, but it came to the point where I got settled and I moved. I got settled, you know, everything. I was getting into a routine. And then I had to think about my future, you know, like I want to advance my career. How am I going to pay for all these skin surgeries that I need? You know, just things like that. And I spent about 2 months completely high off my ass. And then when I finally sobered up, I realized I needed something to obsess over. And I guess I subconsciously chose him to obsess over. And that's what I've been dealing with for months, trying to get over it. I'm mostly over it now. Him and I have declared each other best friends. So it's like one of those things where, you know, if you're a food addict, it's different from being an addict of a substance because, well, not the food isn't a substance, but you know what I mean. You know, if you're addicted to alcohol, the best way for you to stay sober is to avoid bars and stay away from alcohol. If you're addicted to food, you know, we need food to live. If we don't eat, we are going to die. And that's a very rough thing to deal with. And I kind of compare the situation to that. I'm not going to kick this guy out of my life. I love him dearly as a person, platonically. We have a lot of mutual friends, and I'm very attached to him emotionally. Should I have gotten rid of him? Probably, but I'm not going to do that. So it's tough to like sit and look at him just knowing that things are never going to be more than what they are. which, you know, bothers me, but it doesn't. Like I said, I'm getting over it, but just the fact that it took up so much of my time and energy for the last few months, so much energy, it's been really hard to get over. And that's something I never prepared myself for. I was blindsided by it, you know, because as my body's changing, you feel, and I got this, I'm always going to have this fat kid mentality in the back of my head that, you know, all men are shallow and not everybody's going to accept my body or the transition that it's going through. You know, when I really have to realize that he's not going to be the only one. You know, I just got to hang in there, and there's no rush, you know. So there's that. That's a good thing for me to keep in mind. But I mean, I guess there really was no way to prepare for it, but what I encourage you to do if you're thinking about getting the surgery, or you just had the surgery, is to be proactive. And really, even if you're just thinking about these things beforehand, I'm not saying run out and to every psychotherapist in town and book a bunch of appointments, but you know, these are things that you might not think are going to happen. You got to kind of keep your emotions in check. And how are you going to do that after you have surgery? You can't really use food to do it anymore. You can't use food to self-soothe. And if you do, I mean, you could, but you're not helping yourself that way. And as far as like transfer addictions go, like I said, I spent a couple months high, but I decided it wasn't for me. Thank goodness. You know, drugs didn't do it. Alcohol's not going to do it. Latching myself onto another person and being a codependent person addict is not going to help me. So you really got to figure out, what are some things I'm going to do to keep myself occupied, to help myself? How am I going to do me after I get this surgery? How am I going to take care of myself mentally and emotionally? What I'm doing is I'm throwing myself into work. I just got a second job. I'm going to take a civil service exam fairly soon, and try to advance my career. I'm looking into volunteer work opportunities, and I've decided to take on, not a yes man attitude, but I rarely say no to things anymore. I rarely say no to things and people, and I haven't regretted it yet. You know, when people invite me out, even if I don't feel like it, I go anyway. You know, I'm trying to meet new people. I've been on OkCupid, which has been hilarious, and I'm trying to date again. I've been talking to a couple people, which has been nice. So I'm just getting myself out there, keeping myself occupied, and I have to constantly remind myself that I'm not that fat kid anymore. And even when I was worth it then, and I'm fucking worth it now, and so are you. So please try to remember that. Again, if you ever want to hit me up, halo217@gmail.com, or leave a comment. I will talk to anybody about anything. And I'm an open book, so, you know, and I have very little shame, and I'm very honest, I'm very blunt. So if you want to hit me up, if you have questions about the surgery or anything, please feel free. So, till the next video. Hi.